Welcome back, fight fans. We are double dipping today for a second interview for Real and the Rare tonight, and we are being joined by the most hated man in combat sports, BKFC heavyweight, the Grizzly Bear himself, Mr. Lex Ludlow. As always, Lex, it's a pleasure catching up. We appreciate your time this evening, my friend.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. But I'm no longer a heavyweight.
Cruiserweight, lightweight.
I'm a cruiserweight. I'm a cruiserweight now, dude. We're fighting at 205.
Oh, so Calmus has officially come down too. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So me and Calmus are both making our cruiserweight debuts.
Breaking news here on
breaking news. There you go, dude. Some little breaking news.
Yeah, clip that. And then anytime you want something clipped tonight, just say that because we have
clipped.
We have a new software here on StreamYard. Those are literally the magic words to grab a reel. So
is it really? You just say clipped and it does it?
Yo, I did it earlier when I was talking to Houston. I just wanted to see if it worked, right? So said that after like he was promoting his nonprofit, talking about like giving he gives bikes away. He goes into schools, to, talks to these kids.
Do you just have to yell it? Clipped.
No, you just literally say clip it.
Oh, I'd rather yell it
though. You are a character, my friend. I
appreciate that.
I always love catching up with you. So
me too, brother. I always liked you as well.
But a lot of interesting things have happened since the last time we talked. Obviously, one of the things that we were talking about was your good friend, your buddy, Mr. Kyle Dawkins is officially back in the UFC and had a triumphant return.
Did you see me in the background, dude? Look at me, dude. Go. Yeah, bro. What a inspiring story that is, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, everyone loves to see you athletes fall, man, but no one ever talks about like the trek back to the top, man. It's a crazy thing.
Dude, I'm just so proud of that guy because, I don't know if he would kill me for saying this, but like he really did like manifest that like for it to happen. Like he every I wouldn't say every day, but at least once a week, me and him would have these in-depth talks through text where he would say, I just know they're going to call me. I know they're going to call me. I'm not going to have to fight this fight. I know they're going to call me. He was talking about like when he was supposed to fight for CFFC the last time. He would just go, I know I'm not going to have to fight this fight. They're just going to call me. I can feel it. I can feel it. And then just all of a sudden, bro, I was at Sam's Club with my wife and my kids, and he's calling me, and he never calls. He never calls. I don't know if he ever calls anybody, but when you see Kyle Dawkins calling you, you got to answer it. Clip it. And he told me the news right there and then that he was going to China, and he asked me to go to China with him. And you know what? I just don't have a passport, so I didn't have enough. He took it on like a week notice or 2 weeks notice, so I didn't have enough time to get that done. But then I think he fought in China, and then I fought in BKFC, I fought in BKFC, and then he fought in China. And I think that was around the time Pat Brady got hurt. So before that, Pat Brady got hurt. So he knocks out Michelle Pereira. New work card's about to happen for BKFC. Pat Brady gets hurt. A lot of rumor and innuendo that I'm going to fight. No one talks about Corey Willis. And so Corey's down, I'm down. I never heard anything from it. And I was like I was not going to lie. I was a little down in the dumps for a good 3 weeks. Like, not like why me or poor me. It was just like, man, like I want that rush. I want that rush. And, I really want that big arena feel. That's what it is. I've always fought I fought in Live Casino. I fought in Bethlehem Casino. I fought
at
2300.
You fought at all the small revenues in the area, dude.
I fought at all these. I fought in everything around here that you can think of, dude. The only thing I haven't done is fought in someone's backyard, right? So I want that big energy feel, and when that fight didn't happen for BKFC, it just didn't happen. I wasn't mad at BKFC. I was just kind of just down about it myself. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden he calls me about Madison Square Garden, and I'm like, all right, like I was like, and then he asked me to be a cornerman again, and I didn't tell him this until I got to the hotel of the day of the fight. I said, you know that my first ever Monday Night Raw was in that building. It was like February, like some or not February, it was like August something 2000, and I can actually remember like that whole show. Like if I close my eyes, I can remember being there. And I said like just to walk him out, like I knew where we sat, like where I sat when I was a kid. So I don't know the exact seats, but I know the area. You know what I mean? So I looked over to the right and I was like, damn, dude, like 25 years ago, like I was sitting right there. And now I'm cornering my best friend. And Chris Dawkins just did a podcast and he said it perfectly today, dude. Like when you see me screaming like that, that's the closest thing to being in there and fighting and winning yourself. And I went fucking nuts, dude. Sorry if I curse, but I went nuts. And that feeling, dude, so Kyle, he's a great guy, dude. I took the train up there. He did not want me to take the train home. I was like, dude, I don't care, dude. I was like, I'll take the train home. He's like, no, I'm gonna drive you home. This dude drove me home. He said he sends Mirror Shark to hell. Then he friggin' well, maybe heaven, whatever. I don't know, Jared. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe he sent Jared to heaven. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Gerald was a good guy all his life. Maybe he's going to heaven. Or hell. Maybe he was a piece of shit. Who knows, dude? But I hear good things about him, so he's probably going to heaven. But anywho, sorry, I got off track again. So he drives me all the way from MSG, beats him, goes all the way to drives me from all the way to MSG, all the way to my house. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. And that was probably the quietest I ever was in my life, dude, because all the adrenaline came out from yelling, dude. I was still pumped in the back, dude. I was like going nuts in the back. Like you would have thought like I fought and won. Like it was a crazy experience. But the thing that I gained from that, because the thing, and they told me to do this too. The Dawkins brothers, they says to me, they go, when you walk out there, we want you to treat it like it's your fight because we want you to get mentally prepared for the Xfinity Mobile Arena because we knew that I was going to fight there. We just were waiting for the call to happen. Like I was told that I was on the card. We're just waiting for the opponent and we're waiting for just the 100%. I was 99% on. I was waiting for that 1%. And so they wanted me to mentally prepare for that. And boy, oh boy, am I ready. But yeah, what a crazy experience.
And you've had more than those crazy experience because after that, Kyle was on the Ariel Helwani show where.
Oh right, I always forget about that, dude.
So I got to know because you're both wrestling nerds too. On top of it, so what did you guys wind up talking about? I know Kyle was giving you love and you're going a little back and forth. So
another reason to be a good friend, right? He didn't have to do that.
Yep.
Like I just could have hung out there, and he didn't need to shout that out. What a great friend that Kyle Dawkins says. Clip it. He for him to shout me out like that meant the world to me, dude. So actually, I asked him a retarded question. I didn't really know what to talk to him about. I wasn't expecting to talk to him. So when he talked to me, I said, "What was your favorite promotion of all time?" And then he like made it seem like I was like an idiot for asking. He goes, "Well, obviously it's the UFC." And I'm like, "Dude, how could you not?" Like I even said that to him, like, "Dude, I'm really surprised you didn't say Strikeforce." And he goes, "Well, Strikeforce is more of a regional promotion for the longest time until 2009, 2010, and then they folded in 2011 or 11 or 12." So he was like, "So they were only a major promotion for a short amount of time." Ronan, go lay down, bud. Sorry, my son.
He's
playing with his iPad.
Seeing what he can get into.
Yeah, he was up to something. I'm always afraid they're gonna go through the snack cabinet when I'm not. Like right now, like the kids, they just like when 7 o'clock hits, they they don't really go on their iPads all day long, so we usually give them like an hour and a half on their iPads. Let's chill out, like, they can watch YouTube, play video games, whatever they want to do. But anyway, so I asked him that, and he kind of made me, but he was like, yeah, Strike Force is the original. So then I'm just like, and then I was like pondering it, and I'm like, damn, he was right. I'm like, damn, he was right. I never looked at it like that. Like, but like to me, like Strike Force was my favorite, but he picked the UFC. I was really surprised he didn't pick Pride. I thought he would have picked Pride over the UFC.
Yeah, but I think that might have been just slightly before, like he was like really, really into combat sports too. I think he was probably more of a wrestling fan at that time. So
yeah, we didn't have a chance to chop it up. But I mean, I did say to him, "You're gonna have me on the show," and he said he's looking forward to it. So, I mean, if he gets me on there, dude, me and him could chop it up for an hour about whatever he wants.
I look forward to that one because it should definitely be.
He would get a lot of views.
Yeah, I think it would be, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up some of the circus acts from this weekend. So
okay, yeah, go ahead. We can talk about that too. But whenever you're
we
ready.
got a little bit of getting into it. First off, dude, Anderson Silva at 50, knocking out Tyron Woodley right before he's doing some goofy nonsense, grabbing his feet.
What, he shot a takedown?
No, he picked his leg up like almost like he was doing a check kick. Literally with his glove, grabs his foot, puts it back down, and then next thing you know, hits Woodley with an uppercut, puts him away.
Oh, I did see that. I didn't realize he did that.
Only Anderson Silva could do something that crazy in the middle of
he still looks like he's fast, dude.
At 50, and apparently he's about to be a cop.
Let's fight him in BKFC. Why I should have called him out. That's not a bad idea, dude. I don't know. We're on it. Clip it. We're on to something.
Your next call out, since obviously you're not going to get Kamosi in there because he, for obvious reasons. At point in time. I don't know. Like, listen, he didn't show up against Alexio Sakara, so he doesn't have a belt. What's the point of fighting him now?
I don't know, dude. One of his friends was breaking news. One of his friends was. I don't know. Can I say this? I don't know. It's possible, dude. I'll leave it at that. It's possible.
We'll see what happens after February 7th.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, there we go. It's possible, dude. Go ahead.
Now, on top of that craziness, I gotta ask you if you've seen this, like after the fight.
Dude, I did see that. I had like 15 people send that to me because I was at the press conference with that dude. I don't understand who would mess with him. He is a big dude.
Not just that, he's like have you ever seen him like outside of the fighting area? He's just the most nice, unassuming.
Is he?
Dude, I've been at. I covered him. I think it was World Series of Fighting 2 before he fought when he fought
Johnson.
Yeah, and obviously we didn't see him afterwards because he had to get his jaw fixed. But I mean,
yeah, that was a bad one.
All the before stuff, listen, he was very accommodating with everyone, like anyone who wanted like media, and you walked up to him like, hey, he was
so
cool. But comments
are
right. I think they were looking for content and try to start some nonsense.
No, I do agree with that. They're definitely in the wrong, and they definitely that Jack Doherty guy or whatever the hell his name is, he deserves to get smacked in the face, and that's why he has a big fat black guy bodyguard with him. Not doesn't matter that he's black, but they has a big, all those bodyguards are usually giant black dudes, and he's got
a former college lineman.
Just a ginormous and like the scariest of them all, right? Then he's always got one of those dudes with him and it's because he doesn't want to get beat up, and he can easily get beat up. And I think the one thing that bothered me about that video is the kid that's with Jack. The little white one, the white kid that like with his long he had long hair and a hoodie, I think. He's like taking swings at Arlovsky like he's tough or something like that. Like Arlovsky would sleep you, bro. In a heartbeat. Arlovsky was punching with his phone in his hand.
Yeah. He literally was just basically throwing one-shot pop shots.
Yeah, he didn't care. He didn't care who he said.
Got banned from TikTok Live for some reason. I don't know. I just got a strike. I don't know what happened.
What did I? Because I said something.
I don't know. Possibly, it could be that. But I've
All I
never
said was a black guy.
I've never gotten banned before. Like literally, you dropped like 3 bombs, dude. It wasn't even that bad.
All I said was a big. It's not even racist. It's an observation.
I'm just sitting there just saying you have a live restriction. I'm like, what's going on?
Sorry about that, dude.
Listen,
the most hated man in combat sports. 15 minutes in, and you're already banned, dude. Sorry about that, dude. God damn, bro.
Oh, man.
I didn't even say anything bad, bro. That's crazy.
I know that's the worst part, but
man, liberals.
Whatever. All I'm gonna say is looking forward to seeing Andre fight Ben February 7th. You know, where he's fighting actual people who want to fight back, not just say some nonsense and hide behind their bodyguards. Ben's not gonna hide behind anybody.
Don't talk about their race or you'll get in trouble, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much. But we were talking Anderson Silva, and I came by this clip. I was asking Houston about it earlier. I want to ask you about it too. So
okay.
What UFC fighter is a definition of we didn't know how good we had it while they were on top until they were gone? Is Anderson Silva one of these guys? Because you look around, like when you're talking about these GOAT lists and all this other stuff, I don't hear Anderson Silva's name get mentioned that much.
I'll tell you why.
I hear George St. Pierre all the time. I hear John Jones. I hear Khabib. Why do we not hear Anderson Silva in these talks? I do think that we don't know how good we had it until he was gone.
Listen, a lot of people got bored of him, I think it was, because he was so dominating, but then he got figured out. Like, if you remember, dude, when I first started watching, it was like 2008, 2009, like around that era. And that's all everybody talked about was him being the greatest of all time. And Chael figured him out. Chael exploited him. And then I called it, dude. I said the next time he fights a wrestler that can strike, he's gonna lose. And then the next time, he fought Yoshin Okami, very good grappler. I wouldn't say a wrestler, but very good grappler. And I actually thought Yoshin was gonna beat him. And just because I thought Yoshin would have fought him like Chael did, like hold him down, land his guard, stall it out, beat him up a little bit. Because that was like the key to beat him, I always thought. It was like to hold him down in either guard or half guard and just beat him up from there and just win by decision. And especially after I watched Chael do it. So I was like, if anybody can just lay in his half guard and his guard and not get triangled, they're going to be fine. And then he fought Weidman and got knocked out. And then after the Weidman fight, he went on like a big skid of losses. So I think when you do that, dude, because if you look at BJ Penn too,
the rematch changed him too because he broke his
right. But you look at BJ Penn as well. Like everybody always talked about how he was the greatest lightweight of all time. Nobody talks about him anymore, bro. Really, because one, he's a psychopath now, and then two, he went on like a 10-fight losing skid. Like it was like insane. Like he lost to everybody. Fought Frankie Edgar a third time when it should have never been happened, and he got finished.
Mm-hmm.
Got heel hooked by Ryan Hall.
Like that had to been the worst, right? The Ryan Hall submission had to been the worst.
Yeah. I just feel like when you retire on top and then you leave on top, I feel like you'll be remembered as the greatest of all time. But I think a lot of people remember his losses more than his wins. It's just like the same thing when you go to in the fights of the judges. When you go to the fights of the judges, they remember like the last couple things they see, compared to what they saw right at the beginning or whatever. So, I was trying to think, but like I remember George St. Pierre like talked about that at one point. He on a podcast, like, I'm dropping it. He was saying that like he would lose a lot of money if he were to fight and lose one more, and then like retire, right? Compared to like retire like how he did. You know what I mean? Like, so he's like, more appealing.
I think a lot of fans, like the people who really love combat sports, kind of hold that against Khabib. I'm kind of one of them. I felt like obviously you leave when you're ready. When your body, your mind tells you you're ready. If your heart's not in it, I'm not going to hold that against you. But I feel like he still had at least another another 2 3 fights to kind of give everybody. And there were still some intriguing matchups he could have. But it's one of the reasons why I hold Khabib out. Injuries. He didn't have that long shelf life, but it's like it's he had a unique style that I think everyone should and did respect. And if you look at what's going on in the UFC right now, a lot of the guys from his camp are very very dominant guys right now.
Khabib?
Yeah.
I don't really watch UFC right now, dude. It's kind of boring.
I haven't either.
It's kind of
I
boring,
think
dude.
I might tune in for the Kayla Harrison Amanda Nunes fight.
When's that? The Paramount one?
Yeah, it's the first Paramount card.
That's probably when I'll start watching again. Like I'll try to check it out again, see what changed and whatnot.
I mean, you got to think the big thing has to do now, the Paramount subscription is going to be much easier to get fans to tune in, on top of spending what was it, almost $1,100 a year to watch pay-per-views.
It's just not even. It's not even. I just don't get excited for them anymore. I remember when I used to watch like UFC and I would get goosebumps. Like I remember when like Rashad Evans, he was one of my favorite fighters of all time. Like when he would fight, I would get goosebumps. I'd be like, oh man, Rashad's fighting tonight. Rampage Jackson, get goosebumps.
You heard
George
those two
St.
were
Pierre.
supposed to have a boxing match this year, right?
Yeah, that would be atrocious. No offense to either of them. I just like I don't know. Everybody wants to box now. I'm trying to think who else. George St. Pierre, Lesnar. They're just all of them, dude. Like that era was. We talked about it before, dude. That era is untouchable, bro. From
It's
2008 to like 2018, 19. Like 2021 is kind of
just been meh.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. They're having a hard time.
It'll always be like one of my first loves when it comes to MMA, but it's just like I don't know if it's the promotion, the fighters that I don't get it. And if you ask me, a lot of the guys that are fighting now are probably better athletes, etc., than the guys were back then. But just they don't have the personality, the moxie, whatever it is just that they don't have it.
I got a lot of, what's funny, just a little off topic. A lot of fighters have been reaching out to me, dude, for pointers. A lot of them, dude. They like, they're like, what's your secret? Like, what do you do? I gotta start acting like you. Just act like yourself. I don't know.
Act like yourself, but like act like you're a heel in WWE, and you're trying.
It's like what I told Kyle, because me and Kyle talked about this too. You're just yourself on 100. You know what I mean? And not everybody needs to be a heel. Not everybody needs to trash talk. But you need the baby faces too. Without the baby faces, there is no heels. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like Kyle Dawkins going out on the microphone and talking trash, that doesn't make sense to me. Chris Dawkins going on a microphone talking trash, that doesn't make sense. That's just not who they are. That's not who they are as people, right? Mm-hmm. So if they go out there and they talk trash, it would probably be awkward, and it would probably make people be like, ugh. You know what I mean? Rather than fuck yeah. Like everybody knows that I'm a pro wrestling fan. Everybody, well, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm reaching other people that have never heard of me or know me at this point. But they're starting to realize that, it's not that I know what I'm doing. It's just that it's very easy for me to do. You know what I mean? Mm. But I'm just myself times 100. That doesn't mean when I'm home, like I'm just cutting promos on my wife and my kids, you know what I mean? Like
it's when you're put in that environment, that's just what comes out.
Yeah, like right now, dude, like I'm just hanging out with my friend, and I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? So exactly. Like this is like it's like different, but like I do know we're live. Like I see the live 20 25-9, 25-10, 25-11. So like every now and then I act a little crazy, but then I'm back to myself.
Now, what you brought up Brock, right? And I
Yeah.
came across this, and I knew when we would get you on, I want to talk to you about it.
Whoa, what happened here?
He's getting ready to go on his retirement tour, and this is probably going to be his last year for the WWE. But his is going to be a little bit different because SummerSlam this year is going to be in Minnesota, in his backyard. He's never been able to have a big pay-per-view in his backyard, and that's where he wants to end his retirement tour. So I want to ask you, because a lot of people felt that Cena's tour left much to be desired,
Right.
and from what I heard, that the end wasn't how it was supposed to be. That John went off script and he tapped out and to push over Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther. Gunther. I like Gunther, dude.
John is always going to always be the consummate, company man in that sense. And
the modern day Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan would have never done anything like that for somebody like Gunther. Come on, man.
I just meant as in terms of popularity, kids, like that's what I mean. But like, yeah, John.
I think he surpassed Hulk about 5 years ago.
I can appreciate that. I mean, I'm not a really big.
I listen. Hulk Hogan was my first big real wrestling superstar.
Right.
He was my guy for the longest time. But as we got older, like we kind of get on the Attitude Era came, and it's just like who your favorite wrestler was changed. I was never like really a big John Cena fan, like as far as like in-ring stuff, some of his early stuff. I mean, his promos were hilarious a lot of times. Some of the rap and stuff he would do was hilarious, right?
Yeah, he changed the game for sure.
But what I've seen of him over the last 10 years, both in-ring stuff he does at, like he holds the Guinness Book of World Records for most wishes for kids.
Right.
For the Make-A-Wish Foundation. No one's even close to him. It's ridiculous. So
yeah, I mean, I think he's a good person. I think he's got a good heart. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard a lot of negative stuff about him, like backstage politic wise, but I mean, it doesn't ever really come out too much. You know what I mean?
I think they all have their. If you look at wrestlers, like a lot of guys have their egos and they want how things want to go and they want their control and stuff like that. But I think when you're looking at what happened over this last year, how his tour went, some of the losses he took, some of the wins he took, we all knew he was going to be the Grand Slam champion when everything was all said and done, and it happened.
Yeah, he won the Intercontinental.
Yeah, like so, I didn't have a problem with how everything went down. He didn't keep the belt for long. He didn't have that. He didn't have that thing, but seeing how it ended and see how the fans went, I think we kind of understood why Bret Hart did everything the way he did it when he was getting ready to leave, and why Vince was so terrified to leave that belt on him as he left.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
it just gave me a better appreciation for what Bret was going through, and even what was going through Vince's mind at the time. Like I still think a lot of people to this day think Vince McMahon's the biggest villain of all time when it comes to pro wrestling.
Dude, he's the ultimate heel and the greatest promoter ever. And Triple H is not doing a good job filling those shoes. I'll tell you that right now.
Those are impossible shoes to fill.
Well, they should just bring him back. I mean, maybe he doesn't need to be the chairman or CEO, but I don't think
have him involved in the creative somehow. You know what I mean?
He just needs to. I mean, he's not going to want to be back unless it's his and he's got.
Yeah, power, I know. But. And that again, we were just talking about ego. Guys wanting things to go a certain way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even. I don't know. Like, he's definitely got an ego.
Remember our last conversation? You still think Vince is going to start his own promotion?
I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's done, dude. I mean, I think he wants it back, but I think there's just. I think what they're all waiting to happen is they're waiting for this case to go by, and I think they're gonna wait. They're gonna do the Hulk Hogan. They're gonna wait a little while, And then Hogan, what did Hogan do again? He said like something racist or something like that. Something that was retarded.
Listen, I think what Hulk did, how he said it and how he went about it was definitely the wrong way. His
Right.
thing is like he basically had a preference on who he wanted his daughter to procreate
Could
with, date, etc. Which
yeah. And then he
guy
dropped the N
coming from
bomb.
the time that Hulk did, you can understand that. But if you look at like I'm not trying to get too political, however you want to word that into some of these things, but I think in all sense we all like have a preference on how we would like our kids, our grandkids, our lineage to kind of go along regardless
Yeah.
if you feel that that should be, with another Caucasian American, with an African American, with a Latino, with a an Australian, like however you want to have it. I think you're entitled to your preference, but I don't think you should have it put out in the public eye like this is who I would like my son or daughter to date. This
I don't
type.
see I don't see color. So when he said that, I was just like, probably shouldn't be saying that. And then
Oh, you know,
when
he
he
definitely shouldn't have.
and when he and then like I don't know. People are people to me. I don't. If you treat me bad, I treat you bad. It's also how
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I mean. You gotta treat me good, I treat you good. It's always
Mm-hmm.
how I lived. And when it happened, I was younger. I don't think I really cared because I never liked Hogan because I like meaning like I could care less if he's in the WWE or not. Um, and then they brought him back eventually. So I think they're just waiting to do the same thing with Vince. I think they waited like 5 years and then brought Hulk back. But like I think they're just waiting a while and then they're gonna bring Vince back. But they'll probably put him in like the Hall of Fame or something. But I just think like think Triple H doesn't really he was running NXT, which was like it's a developmental company, and if without the WWE backing it, it would just been it just would have been something like TNA was like a year ago. You know what I mean? So he didn't have millions and millions and millions of people watching it, and he didn't have the responsibilities of answering to huge networks, and he didn't have the responsibility of answering. His boss was Vince, and Vince is his father-in-law. Vince was never going to fire him. If he doesn't do a good job, like Ariel Manuel is going to go, psh, or Mark Shapiro is going to go, psh, get out of here, dude. So and
I
that
think
and
they
the
should, I
Rock,
think
the
they should
Rock's up
leave it
there
up,
too.
I think they should leave
So
it up to Undertaker. I think he does a great job with a lot of that stuff.
the creative.
Yeah, and also helping some of the young wrestlers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I could definitely see that. I'm trying to think of there's got to be like a better way of doing it. Like, instead of just having one guy in control, like I know they have like a group of people, but I'm saying like maybe even like a committee or something. I don't know.
Like you
There's
shouldn't
got
have one guy overrules everyone. It should be like a majority.
this guy there should be like a guy that oversees everything, but like I really feel like a lot of people should be able to. It's just like acting, like like they like with Tony Soprano, like eventually he took over the Tony character. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
was saying like, oh, we should do this, we should do that. Like it's the same thing, dude. Like I feel like I don't know, we're going down a lot of rabbit holes here, but
Don't we always?
yeah, but I want Vince. I want Vince in charge. That's all I want because a lot of people were saying the product was getting stale and is getting bad. Yeah, dude. Like the dude was 80 years old. He's like 80 years old or whatever. But he didn't have anything to compete with or a little fire under him. As soon as AEW came around, like he was hitting guys with big fat contracts. He was gearing up, dude. And I was actually interested to see that, like that side of Vince come back out again. But then all of a sudden, he gets hit with the sexual like traffic allegations and just ridiculous. But they're not even like if you read the text, they're not even. I read like some of them. She literally agrees to it. Like at one point, like it's case closed. I don't know.
Man. And then from one circus act to another, we got to talk about Friday's fights and the fact that Jake Paul went for more takedowns than Khalil Roundtree has committed in his entire UFC career is but a laughable thing. You should be ashamed if you're a boxing enthusiast.
I mean, he found out that he's not an elite boxer.
I think we all knew that. And
Well, I mean, he didn't know that.
they're still in denial. What his promoter was basically like, it was a size disadvantage. It wasn't a lack of skill why he lost to Anthony Joshua. I'm like, look, man, when Anthony Joshua lands one clean punch and you're in the hospital with a broken jaw, a double broken jaw, not just he broke both sides of Jake's jaw.
Did he really? Wow. I know he broke his jaw.
Yeah, like if you look at on the bottom, he has 2 breaks. On
That's crazy.
Part of his jaw. So,
well deserved.
Yeah, man, it's like one of those things. Like you gotta put into it because like this is the one clean shot he gets. You get one clean shot, and
I was wondering what did it, but I guess that was it, huh?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's the only one he did. I thought like for the size disadvantage he had, the weight disadvantage that he was going in there with. He did have a good game plan early on, but he had no offense behind it. That's my only real problem. Like you could be on your bike, but you have to engage at some point in time. He really wasn't engaging. And anytime Anthony came close, he'd go and shoot for double legs. I'm like, what are we doing? Did someone tell him to MMA fight?
Just from fighting for so long and sparring now for so long, if you're running in a fight like that, like how he was, you got to be in really good shape, like really, really, really good shape. Like you're basically running the entire round, like backpedaling, like backwards running the entire round. And that's all he did. So once I saw the first round like that, I was like, oh, my man doesn't know how to keep this guy off of him. Like my man doesn't know how to cut an angle and land and then go forward with it. Like, so, running backwards that whole time, I knew he was going to gas out.
And that's exactly what happened. As soon as he ran out of gas and his legs started feeling like jello is when Anthony started teeing off on him.
Yeah, you're right. They did start feeling like jello because he was falling over. Remember he was falling?
Yeah. As soon as I seen that, I'm like, he's done.
I was like, this ain't good. I said, this ain't good. It's a little cold in here, dude. I'm cold.
But I mean, you do got to give him the respect. Like we've been giving him crap for the better part of the last 4 or 5 years, picking on the older guys, picking on the guys that are 2 weights under. Now he picks a real true champion heavyweight. Who may not be in his prime, but he's still very, very, very dangerous. And it was
he got cracked, flattened out, and embarrassed.
He didn't get knocked out, like so to speak. Like he wasn't like KO'd, but like that was a proper stoppage.
Yeah, like fuck him.
But let's be fair. If Jake would have landed some crazy wild haymaker and put Anthony out, no one on planet Earth would have believed that was a legitimate fight.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't have.
I mean, no one, none of us. Media members, the fans, and he'd be suing half of the world because they'd be yelling at him that it was fixed.
Yeah, he's something else. That guy. I don't know him obviously, but I don't understand him either. But I mean, I do respect him for getting in there, but just wish you would. Yeah, not even that. I mean, he just probably fell in love with it, and he's already rich. Why not? You know what I mean? But I just don't like. I don't like the fighting like Nate Robinson and like he knocked out Woodley, then he beats Anderson, beats Diaz, like all legitimate good wins and stuff. But
everyone forgets.
Besides not Nate Robinson.
Everyone forgets he fought Ben Askren too.
Ben Askren, yeah, that was a bad one. I thought Ben was gonna win that. I was like,
Ben's always been a pure wrestler. The fact that he even put him in a boxing match, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but my whole thing was
he's a true 170-pound fighter.
Right. So my thing was like Ben had to have did sparring. Like he's had to have done boxing sparring.
Obviously.
But that's why I thought he was gonna win. I'm like, this dude's boxing like at Duke Rufus's. Like it's not like he's like boxing at like some tiny jiu-jitsu
Gold's
gym.
Gym in in Texas.
Yeah, yeah, like he's boxing, and Dick Rufus like he's gotta know what he's doing and stuff. So I really thought he would go in there, but I forgot about the rules. You can't really clinch. You can't really, you know what I mean? Like he was at a big disadvantage in that. So if that was like a BKFC rules where you can like tie up and throw and you can stay there the whole time, he might have maybe did it better. But I just think that Jake's too young and too powerful for him
Yeah.
for boxing.
I hope he actually stays and starts fighting the actual cruiserweights that are ranked and goes about it that way. You don't need to be having these crazy fights. Like even a guy that is under BKFC contract. Kenzie Morrison's been begging for this fight against Jake Paul for the better part of 3.5 years now.
Oh yeah, has he?
Begging. He wants to knock him out so bad. It's hilarious. If you go on Kenzie's Facebook, like especially fight night, like he's very adamant he wants this fight, and I think we should give it to him. He's got the name, the lineage, the skill set. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Like even I think when he was looking for a replacement, not for this fight, but I think when he wound up fighting Diaz, Hasim Rahman Jr. was also asking for the fight. And they keep telling these guys they need more followers. I'm like, that should have absolutely no reason why you step in a ring with somebody.
I mean, now it does, dude, but it's just how
but all right,
the landscape changed.
Jake brings all the followers now. What does it matter how many any other actual professional athlete following has? If the guy doesn't show up on social media, but he's one of the best boxers in the world, shouldn't matter because Jake brings the fans in. Just the way I'm looking at it and thinking about it, especially over the last few fights, like it doesn't matter. He put them in there against a polar bear, they still tune in.
Or a grizzly bear. Or a grizzly bear.
Or a grizzly bear, brother.
I'd box him, dude. I probably wouldn't do that great against him, but
I know you
I'd do it.
And let's get back into some real combat sports stuff. I want to, I seen that you're actually getting some walkout tees for this one, tees and hoodies.
Where'd you see that at? Stephen Rochelle, that's you, dude.
Yeah,
dude, I am getting. Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. Shared it.
I haven't really been on the gram all day. Whatchamacalls it? I think I saw it. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I just kind of go on there real quick, like the notifications, like ever since the press conference, I keep getting a bunch of likes for the press conference. So I just click on it and I just like go back to doing what I'm doing, like real quick.
Yo, the day of the press conference, I swear your story was just all that same thing. Can I talk about this fight? Can I bring this? I'm here. Can I? I'm like,
so they love that, dude. They love that I asked him that. I don't know why, but somebody told me Brian Sosa, great guy. I don't know if you know Brian, but he's the host for the Bare Knuckle Show, and we were talking there, and I said to him, I was like, I actually asked him, I was like, what else do you do besides the Bare Knuckle Show? I was like, you're always hanging out with Dave and stuff. So I was like, you got to have another job that you do. And then he was like telling me that. And then, excuse me, I just ate dinner. So I was talking to him for a while about that. And then the press conference started. And then he had the headset on, he's doing production. So I didn't have a chance to talk to him. But then again, until after. And then after he said, dude, when you asked Dave if you could talk about that, he said the production team was going nuts, like in a good way, about like, oh my God, like that was so organic. Like, I can't believe he like asked that. Like, I don't know why they would go nuts about that, but you know what I mean? But a lot of people like that I asked them if I could do that. Like, not just BKFC. I got a lot of people said that was funny that I asked them if I could do that. But I didn't want to ruin. I didn't know if I could talk about it. Like I just because they didn't.
They didn't officially announce it, and a lot of promoters, they get mad when they're not able to break those type of announcements. So
Yeah, and Dave is really approachable. Like I could have approached him. He's always been good to me, dude. He is always nice to me. Like he really has been. Um, I told you right before the show. Like I've only talked to him a couple times, like before BKFC, and talked to him twice, matter of fact. And every time he sees me, for the last, this is the third time they're dealing with me now. For the first two times, big smile on his face, always gives me a nice handshake, dude. And I don't need to have a crazy conversation with him. You know what I mean? I don't expect to be his friend or anything like that. And I'm sure he doesn't like if he wants to be cool. I'm open. I'm always open to meeting people and getting to know people. But I'm saying like I just don't. What I'm trying to say is I don't kiss his ass. Like I just treat him. I treat him just like I treat you. Like you know what I mean? Like I treat everybody the same, and I expect to be treated the same back with respect and everything else. So he always is nice to me, dude. He always treats me with respect. And I don't know where I was getting with that, dude, but yeah, he's a good dude, I guess.
yeah, it was definitely one of those moments. Obviously I know you're excited. You were finally getting to have one of these big arena events. Did they tell you where you're fighting on the card yet?
I'm on the main card. That's all I know.
That's all that matters, right?
That's all that matters.
You were one of the first few fights on the first two events. So I think it's a big deal that you're going to definitely be fighting after 8 o'clock. So
My whole thing is that like what they always say, fighting on YouTube is great and all, because it's like free fights. So like a lot of people watch it because it's free.
mm-hmm.
I don't care about that. I want to be on the main card, dude. Like that sounds awesome. Like
I
want to.
Yeah, like you're like I want the arena to be as packed as it possibly can. I want to have the most eyes
Yes.
in there. So
Yeah, and I mean, there's a picture, dude, of sorry, back to Dave. There's a picture that just popped in my head. Or else, if I send it to you, can you show it or no?
I mean, it'll take me a second to pull it up, but it should be fine.
All right, 1 second.
Here we go. It's gonna be interesting to see what he's gonna send me.
You should see this car I AI generated. It's a Bose. I had a dream that Bose made a car, and and
Wait.
and they I made a and ever when I had that dream, I told ChatGPT to do a podcast, like, or not a pod, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about your podcast, to do a picture of what a Bose car would look like, and I'll send it to you afterwards.
All
right, I sent it to you.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm basically gonna pop in here. You're gonna see a second me pop in here in a second, but that'll
clip
it. You gotta wait till I pull the photo up.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna pull, like when it does that. It's like a 30-second clip. After that, it'll pull up.
We should have clipped when you got banned from TikTok.
Oh man,
you're mad at me about that, aren't you?
Nah, not at all. I said I wasn't mad, dude.
Dude, I said the F-bomb and I said black person and that a black guy, and that got us banned, dude. I didn't even know you can't say that, dude. I'm upset about that more than anybody, I think.
Here we go. So here you go.
Look at that smile on the background, dude.
He's cheesing.
He's cheesing, dude. You see him?
Yeah.
He's cheesing, man. That's a good picture, dude. I think he sees the dollar signs, dude.
He knows you're exciting guy. Like, it's something me and you talked about even before you had your first fight. Like, just the way you go about things, regardless of ticket sales or whatever. You have that wrestling, that wrestling athlete mindset where you have those natural moments that just kind of come out of you,
right?
And, you can't. We can tell when it's fake, when it's forced, and it's not just something that is organic. And people buy into that more than That's the main reason. If you look at it, like people why they don't like Kobe Covington, you're a cheap ripoff version of Chael Sonnen, who's very terrible at it. And
Right.
then you have Chael, who's still doing the same thing. 15 years later. Like, all
Still
right,
killing it.
we were just talking about Anderson Silva. He goes on X after the fight. He's like, "Oh, look, it's the uppercut I showed Anderson." Exactly. See what I mean? Like, it still works for him.
Yeah, he's
But
great, dude.
these other athletes, anyone who tries to do anything like that, we could us as fans and people consume combat sports, we can sniff that out a mile away. You're so natural and organic when it comes to that. He knows what that means. That means more eyes. That means potential sponsors. And I can't wait for this fight for you. And then obviously I'd be remiss not to pull it up. Obviously, Ludwig, Calmus, main
Ludlow.
card.
Ludlow.
Oh yeah, did I just call you? Yeah, I just called you Ludwig. What the wrong with
It's
me?
all right, dude. It's all right, dude. Just call me anything you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Now I got to ask you. Obviously, Pat absolutely demolished Zach
Yes.
a year ago on Knucklemanina.
Yeah.
Broke his hand, the whole nine.
Right.
And one thing you can say for sure is we know Zach's got a hard head.
Yeah, I guess.
But is the fact that you have a guy like Pat around you made it even easier for you to kind of put this fight together, or what made you decide that this was going to be the victim?
Well, I called him out.
Center.
I called him out like a week after my last fight. I called him out on the Mike and Mish show, and there was rumblings. It's on my Instagram. You can go and look. It's like somebody made a post. Somebody made a post about Russ. His name is. He's
I know
huge.
you're talking about. He's like their little PR guy. They do giveaways, all kinds of stuff. He's cool,
dude. He is an amazing guy. He's not even a PR guy, bro. He is just a super fan, and he made a group, his own little. He's got his own little BKFC army, dude, and. Like he's me and him actually talk on a consistent basis. He's a great guy, and clip it. And I got to send that to Russ, because I do like Russ. He's a great guy, and then he made that graphic for me. I didn't meet him until then or talk to him until then. He thought it was a good matchup. Mike and Mish thought it was a great matchup. A lot of the fans thought it was a great matchup. So I think the one thing that really got it a lot of attention was Mike and Mish put out a Christmas wish list of what they wanted to see, and I was on the list. And across the ballot was Zach Calmus, the homeless guy, the hobo.
Where's this coming from? He's homeless. Is he really homeless right now?
Put his picture up. Pull his picture up again.
Okay, so just because he looks homeless doesn't mean he is homeless.
Nah, dude, he's homeless. Look at him. Let's pull this picture up. Let everybody see this.
Deleted it out of the back end.
It's all right, dude. We can wait, dude. We're patient. I had to wait 7 months to fight Zach Calmus. I can wait 2 minutes to see this picture.
Oh man,
I love that poster, dude. It's such a beautiful poster, ain't it? They did a great job. If it's really that much of a deal, you don't gotta do it.
No, it's gonna take me like 2 seconds to hop back in here.
All right.
Pull it back up.
I'm very demanding. You're my Jamie right now. Jamie, pull that up.
Oh man, like I said,
I wonder if I wonder how mad he gets at Jamie, when it's not on camera. What the fuck? Just
what the hell, Jamie? What are you doing?
Yeah, probably chokes him unconscious. I heard that dude makes like 50 grand an episode or something like that. Jamie.
Won't surprise me. Having to put up with Joe and do all that stuff.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
How far down is it? Why don't I find it now? are you?
If you don't have it, it's fine, dude.
For some reason, it's not in here. That's weird.
Not to worry, dude. I got it back. Ooh. My wife's sending me Cafe Carmel. I've never been, but it sounds a lot better than what I'm eating right now.
Man.
Don't you worry, dude.
While we're waiting for me to do that, I got to ask you, what are your thoughts on Bud Crawford retiring after the WBC basically stripping him his belt because they wanted $300K from him?
Why? Why do they want 300K?
For sanctioning fees. To sanctioning fees for them to go to the injured the retired fighters fund. I'm like, oh, to line your pockets, right?
No, I'd be like, no. I no wonder he's retiring. He's got to pay taxes too.
Retiring, or is it like your typical athlete, like hey, like I'm taking?
Sounds more like a protest.
And that's where I was going with this because that's what I feel like it is.
Yeah, it sounds more of like, nah, I'm good. I'll just keep the money. Have a good one. And then they're gonna be like, yeah. Well, no. Eventually, I think you get. I'm sure Dana will get, or the Zuffa will get him. Zuffa boxing.
All right, so pulling this back up.
So look at this guy. Does he not look homeless to you, dude?
Nah, he just looked like somebody that belongs in like the mountains, splitting wood.
You're just trying to hype this guy up. He looks like homeless to me, dude. He's missing all his front teeth.
In the past, he's cool. Actually, he's ignored like the last 4 times I reached out to him, but it's all right.
Well, that's because so there's a reason for that. All right, so
oh boy,
at the shelter that he lives at, right? The shelter he lives at, they shut his Wi-Fi off. Okay. They shut the Wi-Fi off at the shelter, so he's got to go to the local McDonald's for the free Wi-Fi. So what happens is he probably him and his wife, right, that stalks my Instagram nonstop. They probably had to walk to McDonald's, dude. It's not that he's ignoring you, Steve. It's just that he's got a limited time to be at McDonald's because otherwise that's loitering. You know what I mean? So
I don't know if he's ignoring me, not getting it to what, but
no, it's not. It's like what I said, dude. He's got a limited window. Clip it. He's got a limited window to where he can answer everybody and get back to everybody on time. So I was surprised when BKFC said, "Hey, he took the fight that quickly." I was like, "Wow, he must have already been at McDonald's waiting." Like he must have gotten the double cheeseburger. He must have got the side of French fry. $3. Not that hard to beg on the side of the road and get that. Clip it, and So I just think that Zach Calmus was just at the right place at the right time for the contract offer. But for you, brother, you probably messaged him while he was at the shelter sleeping, and he when he went to McDonald's, he just didn't get to it in time. So I wouldn't get too upset about that.
I'm not. I'm not upset about it, man. He's listen. I know like a lot of you guys get a lot of requests. So I don't. People who respond don't respond. That don't mean anything to me. And actually, before we get into the next one, I want to get your thoughts on this, right? So.
All right. Is it about Zach Calmus why he doesn't have
Zach
teeth?
Calmus. I'm moving on.
So hold on. Before you move on, I got one more thing to say. He's missing all his front teeth. Did you know that?
Well, I mean,
I can tell you why that is. The reason he's homeless and the reason he has no front teeth, it's called meth mouth, and it's a very common thing with the homeless community. So when he when he fights, right, he spends all his purse on this meth. That's why he has to fight so many times. That's why BKFC keeps letting him fight all the time, because we know he's got a drug problem. He just needs to get back in line, and I'm gonna be the one to do it for him. I'm blessing him with this paycheck. I'm gonna get him out of there in under 2 rounds. And yeah, like we're just gonna help Zach Calmus out here in this fight. We're gonna send him to rehab. He's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be okay. We're not gonna let meth mouth around anymore. We're gonna have Zach Calmus back, and we're gonna get him off the streets, and we're gonna clean this community. Clip it.
So I want to get your thoughts on something, right?
Go ahead, brother.
We talk about a lot of different things in combat sports and stuff like that. So I've been
Right.
seeing a lot of fighters share this GoFundMe lately.
Really?
This guy named Mike, he apparently wants to take his podcast to the next level, and he started a
Mike who?
Mike G. I forget what his name. I tried to get him on the network like about 2-3 months ago. All of a sudden, I found myself blocked on Facebook after me and him had a conversation. He felt like that I need him more than he needs me. We just had 1 million views earlier today on the YouTube. I've only been here 7 months, so I think we're
sounds like he was right. Go ahead.
That what I need him more than he needs me.
Hey, I mean, delusion goes a long way.
GoFundMe account right now, not me.
Steve, delusion goes a long way.
It does. It does. Clearly, especially in combat sports.
All right. Yeah. So what's Mike G's problem? He needs money.
I think he's just trying to put it into his podcast or whatever. But like, listen, dude, if outside of like getting sponsors to like have you go and fly out and cover events and stuff like that, or get specific equipment or something like that, like that. In my opinion, GoFundMe's are for like people who are really struggling, not to like pursue your hobbies, so to speak.
Right, I agree.
And then even more within you're getting athletes to share your GoFundMe, people you've either interviewed or possibly are going to interview, or people that
that's a good point
in the community. Like we talk about this line that we have of professionalism when it comes to doing this thing, right?
Right.
Don't you think that kind of blurs that line a little bit? Don't you think?
Just sounds like
might just being a cynical a-hole right now. I don't know.
No, it just sounds like he's desperate.
Crying like we all do, man. Crying like we all do.
Listen, everybody's got a little money problem right now. Get in line. Get in line. Go work at McDonald's. Zach Calmus, serve him a double cheeseburger with his medium fry. The wife gets a McChicken.
And speaking of problems in the combat sports world, did you see the Jemiah Hill thing? His altercation with Joanna Gentrix?
What happened? He tried to touch her?
Apparently, like, I don't know. He didn't try to touch her, but like, apparently, like, from what's being told, like he tried to shoot his shot with Joanna like 3-4 years ago, and Joanna was trying to like expose the news to his girlfriend.
It's weird.
And then like apparently like he figured out what was going on, confronted her about it, and basically said that he would knock her the bleep out if she continued to go along the lines. Like I think like it was something about like something was going to go on between her and the girlfriend, and he was like I will knock you out.
Yeah, I could see that then. You know what I mean?
Like, listen,
my wife, my wife,
not like she's still a female at the end of the day, dude.
But my wife,
saying your girl can do anything about it, but like that's not the way to go about it, dude.
My wife can't fight, and if my wife, like she's never fought before. She doesn't train. She don't do anything. So, like, I might not knock the woman out, but I'm not gonna sit there and let her beat my girlfriend or my wife up.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah. But I don't know. I would definitely not let it happen. I don't know if I'd hit her, but I definitely wouldn't let it happen.
At least confront her and you'd be like, you need to check yourself.
I would just be like, hey, you stop right now. So probably what I would say. Please leave us alone. We're trying to enjoy our dinner.
It's funny because I was on I was messing around with one of my fellow fight fan listeners on my Snapchat, and I was like, "Yo,
right.
you go into bare knuckle," and it's like I guess like she was taking she was sending me shots of like I guess she was at the pre-fight press conference,
Right.
and
Who was
apparently,
it?
I'm not gonna put names out there just because of the context of what I'm about to
Okay.
tell you. So apparently, you had locked eyes with her at one point in time, and she thought you were a sexy mofo, and was like, "You do realize like he's married with children, right?" She's like, "Damn, don't tell him I said that." I'm like, "I won't." Because I'm totally not going to interview him tonight.
I think she does she follow me on Instagram?
Probably.
I already think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I'm married. What's that?
She had a beanie on at the press conference.
I don't know. I don't remember all that. If I locked eyes with her, was I sitting at the table?
Yeah, it's like while you were on the table. Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I lock eyes with her. I'm not looking at her. I'm looking through her. I'm thinking about what I'm saying, or I'm listening to what's going on. Nothing against her.
Oh yeah, I know.
I just unintentionally did that. I'm more like, hearing that voice in your head. You're like, oh god.
Yeah, right.
Like you're just trying to like figure out what you're gonna say.
Some comments in the chat room, and they disappeared that face as we were talking the Jemai Hill thing. The person was like, "What? Did he hit her?" No, he didn't actually hit her.
Oh, people are actually listening to this?
It was like, "Bye, okay, bye." Nice, thanks for tuning in.
Who is that guy, dude? He looks like a wannabe gangster. Look at that guy. Bring him back in here. I'll troll that dude. I like what hit her.
Hybrid Cipher 8995.
8995. He was born in 8995.
1895.
Yeah, dude, he's older. Oh, he's young. Or no, he's from the future. Whatchamacallit? Yeah, I don't remember that, but thank you. I'm married. I am married with 4 kids.
Yeah, I made sure to put that in there. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely married with kids.
Yeah, definitely married, happily married. Well, I'm not married yet, but we're
I already
close.
know. Like me and you talked about our family situation. I know you're a loyal pup to her, or loyal grizzly bear, so to speak.
She's my best friend. Like I tell her everything. One thing I didn't tell her was I was doing a podcast tonight because I forgot. It's not that I forgot about the podcast. I forgot about I just forgot to tell her because it happened so fast. You messaged me today, and usually she's at work right now, but usually I she's sitting right here beside me when we're hanging out.
She's saving lives tonight.
She's saving some lives tonight, dude. Or maybe not. Maybe someone is gonna RIP, but you know what I mean? Like either way, she's gonna make sure they're okay to go that way. You know what I mean?
Yep. Now, obviously, Knucklemania 6 is the big event. Who are you excited on this one? Are you excited for, we already talked about Ben and Andre. You got Lorenzo and Yoel Romero.
That's gonna be an interesting one. I'm gonna like that one. I don't think Lorenzo wins, but I think Yoel's gonna win that. That dude is a freak athlete. I just watched him wrestle at RAF, and he was just like smoking, dude. Like,
yeah, but hasn't Lorenzo not actually ever lost his belt? Like they were stripped from him. Right?
He got knocked out at heavyweight, or he got a TKO loss.
Yeah, it was at heavyweight, but it wasn't at his natural weight class. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think they're fighting at 205, and I think I shook Yoel's hand, dude, and he's not a human being. I don't understand. I don't know where he's from, but I shook Lorenzo's hand, and he's a human being. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying he can't win. I always root for the American. Let's just say that. But I just don't know, dude. He's just a freak, bro. It's just great. And he's like, the best part about his BKFC debut, he was like throwing Superman punches, and you're not allowed to do that. Like the ref was just letting it go. Like, what are you gonna do? Stop Yoel? He'll knock you out too.
I agree with you. Yoel is like he's like those Greek gods that you see molded out of clay. Or somebody decided to turn one of them into an actual person. That's Yoel Romero, man. He's pushing 50, and he looks like he's somebody like in their mid-20s.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, and he's big. He is big, dude. His back
I don't know
is
how he made
ginormous.
185 pounds. I don't.
I don't know how he makes 205. No, I could see it, but he's big, dude. He's like a little gorilla, dude. He literally he's got the back of a gorilla. He's big.
It's gonna be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I'm excited for that, and then I'm excited for Pat's fight.
Yeah, definitely seeing Pat get back in there is gonna be fun.
I would imagine that he would be a couple fights after me. Shane Gillis just said he's in to walk him out, so.
So he is going to walk him out. I know he was making videos of getting gut shots until
yeah, he DM'd on one of them and said I'm in, or not DM'd, wrote in the comments.
That's cool.
So I think he'll be hanging out in the back with us because we'll probably be, me and Pat are going to be in the same corner. So
there you go. So you are going to be in the same corner. So you guys are going to share the locker room. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I would imagine so because they put me on the right and they put Zach on the left. You know what I mean? So and Pat's on the right and I'm on the left. So and we're both teammates. So it makes sense.
Definitely would. They did announce more of the fights. I know Crystal Pittman's going to be fighting.
Who's Crystal Pittman?
You haven't seen her yet? Oh, I know why. Because you're a dad now. That's why.
Who's Crystal? They announced a girl fight, but I don't know. Is that the same one?
Yeah. She's.
Is she the one with the green?
No. Now you're gonna make it.
You're like,
because
now I gotta pull this up.
Matched her up with.
You're like now I gotta pull this up. Is she the Asian girl?
No.
With blonde hair?
No, Crystal's fighting. What was it? Madison. Why am I forgetting her name?
Well, she sounds like.
Yeah. Madison Wong. She's fighting Madison Wong.
That's on the slides with me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I don't know who either of those are. I try not to watch women's combat sports. It's kind of a joke.
I know, brother. I know.
Sorry, nothing against women, but yeah, it's hard to watch. You're like, man, you're just trying to get me canceled tonight.
I show all ends of combat sports love, the men, the women, all of them.
Yeah, sure. Oh, here we go. My phone was about to die, so I came and charged it. I went and grabbed the charger.
I was getting ready to do our closing remarks here and get ready to wrap up.
As soon as I said that, you're like, we gotta go, dude. You're like, yeah, we're done. We're done with this.
No, I mean it was we're over the hour mark and all that. So
right,
I figured it was me and you have had enough shenanigans for tonight. We'll have some more as we get closer to the fight. Obviously, like I said, we're gonna be help covering for bare knuckle news. So definitely gonna have to be running you down and getting some pre and post fight interviews with you.
Oh, I appreciate that, dude. I always like talking to you, regardless of me trying to be hated and saying that women's MMA sucks and getting you canceled on TikTok.
Well, it's still live. It just said it was pausing it for 10 minutes, so I'm still on it. They can't do
so you're still good on it. I wonder what I said that really blocked it.
I don't know. It just said I had a warning in that, like, it was this big red warning box. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Sorry about that, dude. I mean, that's the risk. That's the risk you take, though.
When you book 10 minutes for violating community standards, I'm like, well,
yeah, I could see that.
Well,
I could see that happening. Well, dude, listen, it's because you have the most hated man in combat sports on your thing.
One last one before he gets like, who's come up with that? Is that just how you feel about it? Is that what your teammates are saying about it? Like, where does the most hated man in combat sports come from?
All right, so we're gonna have to clip this, okay? Because I'm gonna give this guy the credit where the credit is due. Everybody asks me this, and I never tell them the truth, so I'm gonna tell you the truth, okay? Because I've known you for so long, and you've always interviewed me over the years, and I think if anybody deserves the breaking news in my life, it's always you, my friend. And you know what I mean? I try to save the hot stuff for you as much as I can. There was a guy. There's a guy in my life. He's a great guy, one of my best friends, and his name is CJ Orr. And the one day we were just sitting around, bull crapping around, and you know, we talk probably once a week or so, and we're sitting around just talking on the phone, and he just came up with it, dude. He just called me the most hated man because I told him, I said, I need something to stick. I need something to get people like other than the grizzly bear, because everybody likes the grizzly bear as well. And they're like, we need something else. Like, I need something else to stick with me. Because like Chael's got the bad guy, you know. So I was like, I gotta have another name myself. And he just said, he was like, well, you know, you're the most hated man in combat sports. And I said, ooh. I said, whoa. I was like, that just sounds good. I was like, the most hated man in combat. I was like, he is the most hated man in combat sports. Lex, the grizzly bear. Ludlow. Clip it. And dude, ever since then it's stuck. And then people in the gym started calling me it. And then I did something like this. I did an interview with somebody, and I put that as my name, like how I did just on yours. Like,
Yeah.
It gave me the option to type it in. I typed it in. Next thing I know, I had like 50 followers after that, and they were all like, "Dude, you're the most hated man in combat sports." And I was like, "Yeah, I am, dude." And then. And then one dude was telling me a story that he works at a bar. I can't remember who it is on the top of my head. And said that when I walked out with Kyle, they noticed me on TV, and some random people at the bar was like, he said like 10 people were like sitting in the line, and they were all like, "Holy shit, that's the most hated man in combat sports, Lex Ludlow." Like, so like, it's taken off, dude. I don't know why, but it really is.
Well, I mean, listen, you know, whatever sticks, whatever gives you that buzz leading into your fights, after your fights, post your fights. Let it be what it be, brother. You know, you know
Yeah,
these
dude.
don't come around very often. So when you got the lightning, man, hold on to it.
I'll tell you this right now. This Before we go, this will be the best post-fight speech of all time.
Well, I mean, last time it was the Fedor call out. So then it was the Chris Camuzzi call out. So I mean, it can only go up from here. So
I have it. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I have it planned in my head. I have plot points planned. So I was talking to somebody yesterday at the gym. Everything that I do in there, when I do the post fight, when I do the press conference, and when I'm stuttering and stuff, or if I'm slipping up a little bit, it's because it's off the top of my head. I don't write it down. I don't practice it. I do have plot points like in my head where I'll be like, all right, we got to talk about this, and we got to talk about this, and we got to talk about this and this, and then I go. So it's not like I try to do it the old school pro wrestling way. I walk out there and I try to just cut it off the top of my head, and I honestly feels like I honestly feel like that's the most organic way of doing it, and I feel like that's where I go viral the most, and that's where I feel like you know, people like yourself and other people that have watched me come up sit back and go, "Oh my god, dude, like this guy is nuts." Like, you know what I mean? Like so, you know,
you're not nuts. You're perfect for combat sports, my friend.
Yeah. And Chris Camuzzi's a bitch. Let's lend it to that.
Well, I know everyone who's gonna be at the Xfinity Center February 7th is definitely going to be entertained when the Lex Ludlow fight does end. But you know how we do this, my friend. Anyone you would like to thank, training partners, teammates, shoot out the social media sites. Any parting shots that you have before we end tonight's episode? The time is yours, my friend.
Wow, I'm on here. Look at this. Oh my God. Um, just want to always just thank my wife and my kids. I thank my family. I thank all my friends, everybody at the Forge. Um, Kyle and Chris. Uh, I got a bunch of sponsors now, but I can only name three. I got Argos. That's like a mushroom like microdose company. I take actually I'll show you their stuff. I got it right in front of my head here. I take I already drank all their stuff they give me, but comes in gummies, and you don't really get high off this stuff. It really just it's for focusing, and it helps my anxiety. I have pretty bad anxiety. Helps my anxiety, and helps my focus when I'm training. And something that I noticed really on it was that I'm gonna close this with my nose. I couldn't do it. Something that I noticed when I'm on it is that I can really focus on my breathing, and I can actually. Sorry, I'm trying to block that light. I can focus on my breathing, and I can really think when I spar. As before, when I spar, I'm excited to do this when I fight to see what it's like. Because before, I'm just always on autopilot. Like when I fight and I spar, I don't really have like a thought in there. And like I kind of just going through the motions, and like with this, I'm thinking, like I'm like, ooh, if I do this, like he's gonna do that, I should hit him with this. Like I'm starting to think, like it makes me really think. And then I have another two sponsors that are officially locked down. The rest are locked down. It's just that they have to complete the transaction. Like they just have to give me money. That's all. And once that happens, then we'll start shouting them out because I know they'll probably watch us. But my other big sponsor is the Rook, which is over. They have a bunch of restaurants. They got one in Manayunk. They got one in Wildwood, and I think they got like two other ones. I think I don't really know about the other two, but all I really know is the two restaurants, and the one in Manayunk and the one on the Wildwood. And I haven't ate there yet, but I mean the food looks remarkable. The guy that owns it, his name's Dylan Bear. He's got a sandwich there that's called the Bear, and I want it so bad. I was DMing him about it the other day. I gotta try it. And the other sponsor is actually he owns it, and he's a partner with the guy that sponsored me, BK. It's called Alex's Pizza. I haven't had their pizza yet officially, but I'll tell you right now, dude, their pizza looks phenomenal, and they're talking about trying to have a pizza delivered to me at the venue for after I win that I can eat, and they'll put on camera. So, I mean, that's something that we definitely are going to try to have.
I was expecting Pizza City, but hey.
Oh shoot, yeah, they did lock down their transaction. Pizza City too. Yeah, Pizza City too on Red Line Road. Thank you for saying that, dude. He's a great guy, dude. Dietz, man, owner of the Pizza City, dude. He trains with us at the Forge. A great addition to the Forge. I mean, like I'm a psychopath. I'm a trash talker, but I think I fit in well with the Forge. But like he's great. He's a great fit in for the Forge, and he's a great guy, dude. And he's got some great food over there at Pizza City. They have a pizza there called the Ryan. I haven't had it yet, but Kyle Dolkus sent me a picture yesterday, and in a group chat with me and Chris, and I kind of want to try the Ryan, but I gotta wait till after this fight. I've been eating clean for like 3 weeks now, dude. I'm getting my weight down. 225 or 220. I was 220. The lightest I've been was 222, but then I start to gorge out a little bit, and so I'm walking around right now at 227. Weighed today 225, but rest assured, my friend, I will be 205 pounds, and rest assured, I will knock out Zach Calmus in the second round.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's always exciting catching back up with you, my friend.
Yeah, dude.
We'll definitely meet up weigh-ins after the fight, etc. Me and Susan are going to come up with a plan. We might even do I'm talking to her either getting an Airbnb or renting a hotel room and having like an after party or something like that. Having all the fighters come.
Yeah, dude, that sounds pretty cool. I would appreciate that.
So Other than that, man, as always, best of skill to you, brother. Clean camp, no injuries, no nickups, anything like that. So, you're ready to rock and roll come February 7th.
I'm ready right now. But yeah, we'll be ready then.
All right, Lex. Appreciate your time, my friend, and we'll definitely catch up. At least at the fight.
God bless, dude.
All right, Lex. You have a good one, brother.
You too, bro.
All right, everyone. That was the one and only, the most hated man in combat sports, my good friend, Mr. Lex Ludlow. It's always great catching back up with him, hearing everything he has to say about the combat sports world, about what's going on in his life. He's always a character. So if you guys haven't seen him fight, or if you haven't caught him on social media, do yourself a favor. Go find him. Go buy some tickets. Support his sponsors, help support the local athletes. Other than that, another fun episode of The Real and the Rare. I'm your host, Steve. We will be back next Sunday. Some more fun interviews. So peace out, my friends.